San Diego Comic-Con just happened, and I've probably gone, I don't know, like 13 of the last 15 years. I've probably at least gone for a day, usually for the whole weekend. And there's a lot of iconic things about going to San Diego Comic-Con. But one of the things that's really iconic in San Diego when you go to Comic-Con is as you get into the Gaslamp district and you're walking towards the convention center, which is right on the shore, for lack of a better term, you walk down the street through this iconic arch. You guys know the arch I'm talking about, the big arch that says like historic gas lamp, right? On it. It's a part of going to Comic-Con that you will at some point walk under that arch, and it's pretty iconic. Well, this year, Marvel took it over and they made it up into a big Avengers arch. Cool, looked interesting, but there was a problem. They never got permission from the city to do it. And as a matter of fact, according to this report, they were specifically told not to do it. And they did it anyway. And now San Diego has slapped them with a fine ringing up to the tune of $160,000. Now, as I'll scroll down here to the image in question, if I can get it on the screen, I hope I'll be able to. Yeah, there it is. They completely took over the arch and they did up. Now, the city says that their main problem with it was a safety hazard, which they're not wrong. Like when you just quickly hang all this stuff off these arches, like did engineers test it? Like it could fall and it could hurt people. So I'm not trying to discredit that. But I think what the city's real issue is that, hey man, this is a big lamppost of the historic Gaslamp district. Like this is advertising for our city. And we did not tell you could do this. Now I remember, guys, when Ann and I got to Comic-Con this year and the first time we walked down the street and I saw this thing, I thought, well, that looks pretty awesome. That looks great. And I thought it was very cool. And there was no doubt that there was going to be some big Avengers things when Marvel does its presentation. So I thought it looked cool. But of course, I just assumed that obviously they had permission to do it. But according to a city representative, they said, no, they didn't. And we told them multiple times to take it down. And so we fined them $10,000 one day, then doubled the fine the next day, then doubled the fine again. And then it ended up at $160,000. So on the one hand, I'm thinking, just because of how memorable that was and how awesome it looked, Disney might have thought, and Marvel might have thought, whatever they fine us, it's worth it. I mean, everybody's going to remember this. This makes everybody who's at Comic-Con and walk into the convention center, the first thing they're going to see as they're approaching the convention center is the big Avengers logo. Whatever the fine is, it's worth it. But I do have to ask, though, and I say this as a Marvel fan, isn't it kind of a dick move to say, because essentially, isn't this Marvel saying we're above the rules? Like, we're not even going to ask. I mean, yes, it is easier to ask forgiveness than permission. But I mean, to just take a city's landmark like that and deface it, even if it's for something cool without permission, it belongs to the city. And then the city says, hey, take that down. And you say, F you, we're Marvel. We're not going to take it down. Fine us whatever peasant amount of money you want to fine us. Well, I'll write the check right now. I mean, it's a little bit of a dick move. So I am torn. I am on the one hand, I think this looks awesome and I loved it. But at the same time, I kind of thought it was a dick move that they did it when they were told by the city not to. Anyway, Sean, you weren't at Comic-Con this year, so you didn't have a chance to see this firsthand, but you hear about this story. What's your first response to it?
Yeah, it sounds kind of like the celebrity that gets a speeding ticket for $200.
Yes.
It feels like it's just like it's nothing whatsoever. Something that's a deterrent for a normal person is just nothing for them. I mean, like $160,000 is what, 1/10 of 1% of the marketing budget for this movie. So it kind of puts a gross taste in your mouth when it feels like Disney's just like, we can do whatever we want. We can like the idea of like, wait a minute, Disney threw up decorations without permission and actually was told not to. It just kept doing it. What? Like, you could do that? Like, it sounds like someone should be in much bigger trouble than just a slap on the wrist to an enormous corporation.
Rob, I mean, you were at Comic-Con this year. I'm certain you walked under this very impressive Avengers arch.
Oh, I have a great photo
times.
on my Instagram of me with it.
Oh, listen, everything else we may say about this, it did look awesome. I mean, there's no taking away from that, but you then you probably were like me where we just assumed they got full permission and everything to do it. I don't know. What do you think about when you hear this story?
Okay. I got to call a little BS on this. Only because a month earlier than Comic-Con started, they were hanging on every lamppost in San Diego.
As they do every year.
As they do every year, but they had their Avengers Doomsday because the lampposts are green. They had a whole campaign designed over promoting Doomsday at Comic-Con. And we were seeing it on social media and all of this. And what they put on the Gaslamp arch, they didn't come up with it yesterday. They had to take measurements. They had to design it. They had to fit it onto that actual structure. This was not something somebody just decided to do at the last minute. This was designed from the very beginning. Look at that. That is designed to work with a structure that already exists. Marvel has advertised in San Diego for Comic-Con for decades. I find it extremely hard to believe that no one knew anything about this because they hung it on this. They didn't hang it like the day before. I call BS on this. I think somebody did not cross their T's or dot their I's and got caught. And now maybe they didn't want to. Who doesn't love this? How much money does Comic-Con bring into downtown San Diego every year? Hundreds of millions of dollars. I think this is bogus. And look, I am no Disney shill, but there is no way that this wasn't thought about months in advance. And you cannot tell me that somebody in San Diego didn't know about this because someone had to call and go, can we get the measurements for the Gaslamp arch to make that? I call BS.
Well,
I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was a great way to set off Comic-Con. And when you walked into the Gaslamp, which San Diego makes how much money? I'll tell you how much money I spent there. I can't because I spent so much. And all that tax revenue goes right into the government. And they're giving Marvel a hard time when Marvel put up banners on every single lamppost.
Yeah, but that's agreed. The lamppost thing is an agreed upon thing done every year by different. All right,
but let
me read the quote. Let me read the quote. The exhibitor knowingly created a safety risk and refused to address it. City of San Diego spokesperson Richard Berg told the San Diego Union Tribute, and it was cited and fined accordingly. The city initially hit the exhibitor with a $10,000 fine on Tuesday. Before Comic-Con officially began, the penalties they were informed would be raised each day after the display remained, reaching $10,000 again on Wednesday, $20,000 on Thursday, $30,000 on Friday, $40,000 on Saturday, and $50,000 on Sunday, bringing the total to $160,000. The exhibitor still did not respond or act accordingly. So they're saying this, they notified them every single day. And this isn't being whispered. This is on record. This is a city official saying on record. And Disney has not been able to refute it. Disney's not saying, wait a minute, they did give us permission. You know what I'm saying?
They also hung banners from every single
But that's
lamppost.
standard. That's standard every year and given permission for.
I get it, but I can't imagine that Disney just decided to do this without permission.
But
there had to be some reason why they decided.
That I agree. I think there was probably somewhere along the lines, but if the city, remember the city is saying on public record, we told them Tuesday. and they didn't address it.
But
We
Tuesday,
told them
it was
Wednesday.
already Tuesday
I know,
was the day
but
before Comic-Con
Still,
began.
doesn't matter. If the city tells you to take it down, are you not? And then we told them again
Okay.
Wednesday, and we told, but
I would ask, when did that? I don't know when the display went up. I know those banners went up weeks before Comic-Con.
right. But again, that's done every year. You and I have never seen them due to the arch.
I've also never
right?
seen the permissions. I want to see. I think someone needs to do a deep dive on this and find out who did what, because you have to design and make that thing. And to design,
Yeah,
and
but
make
you don't
that
need
thing,
the city to design it. They just did it
Yeah,
on
you,
their
you can't tell me that somebody like a corporation like Disney, who's paying for putting up those things on all of those lampposts, just randomly decided, you know what we should do? I mean, I would have done that if I was decided, like, you know what we should do? I did that when I was in high school. I changed the mural for my home. I was in charge of the homecoming mural, and I put it on a different wall, and I begged for forgiveness because it was awesome, and they had to give it to me. But Disney, I can't believe that they would do something like this and not, because that's built, that's designed, that isn't made in a day or a week. That's
Well,
not
okay, here's the thing
3D
though.
printed.
If they did and everything was done right, then they could sue San Diego for going on record publicly and saying they didn't have permission to do this. So
Well, yeah, if they don't, I mean, I don't.
But
do
but
that.
here's
don't
what I
know.
think probably happened.
don't
You know what
know.
probably happened? What probably happened, my guess, and it's just theoretical, I'm just theorizing here, is that they probably pitched an idea of, hey, what would you think about us also doing something on the arch?
Right.
And then maybe somebody saying, well, that's cool, but never getting what they put on there approved.
I
Maybe
totally
that's what
think
happened.
I think you're right about that. But you know what? It was awesome.
It was.
And
it was awesome.
And now after the fact, it's like, what, does San Diego, I mean, they already jack up the hotel prices and they make so much more tax on people. You're going to get mad at Disney for a couple of days putting smiles on people's faces because how many selfies were taken in front of that sign?
I
was one of them.
I understand the spirit of it because I thought it was awesome too.
Esprit de corps.
If everybody else has to follow the rules, then Marvel has to follow the rules too. But it's going to be interesting to see if anything more comes out of this.
Maybe,
anyway, guys,
John, maybe
what's that?
it could have been an incursion. Maybe Marvel didn't do it.
All
but
right,
it was
guys.
from the 828.
With that down, question is for you. What do you think about this? That awesome arch display that they did over top of the Gaslamp arch looked awesome, but apparently they're saying they were told to take that down several times and they just refused to do it, and now they're getting fined. Pocket change for Marvel, but I don't know. What do you think about it? Whatever your guys' thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Ultra Pouches. A lot of people use nicotine thinking it'll give them a little extra focus or even help before a workout. But nicotine is a vasoconstrictor. It narrows your blood vessels and can actually work against that pump and recovery that you're looking for. That's where Ultra Pouches come in. What you're really going to like about them is that they're 100% nicotine-free and caffeine-free. They're designed to give you smooth energy and focus without the nicotine crash. Pop one in before a workout or when you're sitting down for a long work session, and it's an incredibly convenient little boost. Ultra is the ultimate guilt-free pouch, delivering instant focus and mental clarity without nicotine or caffeine. New customers can use the code CAMPEA to get 15% off at takeultra.com. That's TAKEULTRA.com for 15% off with the code Campea. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that our show sent you.